another story. This is a happier development. Now, for the Dangote Petroleum Refinery, the long wait may be over soon, if you ask me. The happy story is that the League of Engineering Bodies in Nigeria has hailed the huge scale of engineering structures at the Dangote Petroleum Refinery and petrochemicals, plus the Dangote fertilizer plant, situated at Ibeju-Lekki here in Lagos State. Now, the League describes the superstructure as awesome and mind-blowing. The major attraction is that the complex is preparing for the rollout of the almighty premium motor spirit PMS, also known as petrol. Except the unforeseen happens, Nigerians may soon heave a big sigh of relief, Mayor.
I'm so excited. Why I'm excited, I will tell you, for two different reasons. The first one is that it is not just one arm. It's not just one arm of the engineering body that commended them. All sectors of the engineering community went there, and they were saying things that were so flattering. Not only that, they were able to tell us that Nigerian engineers are very much involved in both the design and execution of that refinery. The refinery is the biggest in Africa, the seventh in the world, and it is important that our people, our engineers, are involved in a project like that. That's number one. The second one is that now that Dangote has been able to overcome, in quote, the hiccups that we discussed on this show some time ago, I'm happy for that, because after our show, the president ordered, after the meeting of the Federal Executive Council, that they should start selling crude to operators of refinery, local operators, and they should collect the money in Naira.
Yeah.
And not only that, want to say something?
No.
Okay.
We will go on a commercial break soon.
Okay. Yeah. So, they'll be able to solve that part of the problem. And now that they are meeting, and PMS will come in September, what I'm happy is that there will be availability of PMS.
Yeah.
Now, people can't get PMS to buy. People can't get it to buy. At least we'll have, even if we were buying, because right now, when I fuel my car, I had to buy in an independent station, and it was now 100 naira per liter.
Right.
That's what I bought in this Lagos in Oregon. So at least we'll be able to get fuel to buy. That's number one. But most importantly, the economic benefits of not importing petroleum products will now accrue to Nigeria.
Oh, yeah. Okay, happy days ahead, but we'll get back to this story after this commercial break. We'll be back shortly. Please stay with us. Thank you.
Time is power. Our lives are powered by the sun. As the sun rises, so do we. As we trust it to rise and set without any worries interrupting your morning. With our hybrid all-in-one inverter, powering our prosperity and happiness.
Sustainable future, breaking the shell. Start time solar.
But also nurture what is dear to us, powering trust and support. Empowering us to do things that really matters. Start Times Solar. Power your life.
Home and quality, wires and cables. Home and come back, light up your life. Home and want to light up your house. Home and want to give you better. Home and extraordinary wire. Home and cables. Home and wires. Home and quality. Home and durable. Home and capable. Home and cables. Home and wires. Home and quality. Home and durable. Home and capable. Everybody, come and see. Home and wires, one
GSN cable. Great quality. Now with the new look.
Yeah, Biko, the Dangote story is still a sweet one, yeah?
Yes, it is. It's my wish to see the refinery begin to produce PMS.
Unrelated.
They've been, the refinery, the construction of the refinery is broken into 4 parts.
Okay.
The first 2 parts had been completed.
AGO.
The third part. Just hold on.
Okay.
Yeah. The third and the fourth part
okay.
were the outstanding. Then the regulator allowed Dangote to begin to produce diesel and aviation kerosene.
All right.
Those were contained in the first and second parts. He would do that in the first and second part. That was ready. That was why they were saying that what they gave him was like a provisional license. That was why Farouk was saying, okay, but they needed to allow him produce diesel and aviation kerosene so that they can begin to make money with that part of the facility that was ready.
All right.
The section that will produce PMS, because that's the most complex part of the work, had not been ready. But they are saying now,
at the time,
the good news, yes, at the time. The good news is we are getting there. Even our, what's it called, our modular refineries, none of them can do PMS at this time.
Okay.
Yes.
Because
PMS
of the complex nature.
Not the beans. It's not that. So they are not, it's more complex than others, for example. So with Dangote able to produce PMS, product availability will be guaranteed. And it has excellent storage capacity.
Okay.
It has tanks that can take 120 million liters at once. I saw them, not that they told me. Tanks, 120 million liters. Some not that big. But the Dangote refinery has capacity to store the entire PMS needs of Nigeria for about a month.
Okay.
It has capacity.
At a given time.
In there.
Okay.
It has those tanks. You know when you see those tanks on TV, because they are so big, they shoot them from the top. They look tiny.
Yes.
But if you get close,
when you see them, I know, I understand what you mean. Yeah. Look at the complex.
Any tanker they are not even showing this one. Look at this. This is it. This are just a few of those tanks.
Yeah.
Any tank that can take 120 million liters.
It's sizable.
120 million liters is more than what Nigeria consumes in 2-3 days. Depending on what the NNPC comes to tell us that these are consumption. Many of us are
more than 3 days.
They've even said, okay, we do, at a point they said 50 after the subsidy removal. They said, okay, 50. So let's say it's 50. We are now, that tank, one tank that can take 120 million liters, the entire consumption of Nigeria for like 3 days. One tank, one of the tanks.
Okay.
Here, look at those tanks on the left.
Yeah. Okay,
so many like that. So he built a refinery to be able to take care of so many problems. Now, whether Nigeria can produce enough crude to keep the refinery going is the million-dollar question.
Key here.
But what Dangote has to do, because there is no refinery in the world that consumes purely Nigerian crude oil. The Nigerian crude oil, Bonny Light, is the best in the world.
Yeah.
It is called the Lamborghini of the sector, the Lamborghini of the industry. What they use, the Texas grade, for example, is way cheaper than our own. Our own,
The Texas
our own,
grade of
the Texas crude, you know, is way cheaper.
Heavy crude.
It's way cheaper. What they do across the world is buy Nigerian crude and use it to blend their own. So my advice is for Dangote is not to depend solely on Nigerian crude. He has to still bring in crude from those sources, Brazil and other places that he gets them, and be able to blend with the Nigerian high-grade, what's it called, crude oil. That will guarantee sustained availability of product. I'm saying that because when you look at what we produce, all of what we produce cannot go to NNPCL. NNPCL will probably, because the joint venture people, they also, some of them have refineries in their countries, and they have commitments. That's why they are saying, look, they cannot produce and give everything to Dangote, because they also have commitment. And our crude is so highly sought after. It's highly sought after. You know, even Saudi, despite the fact that they have capacity, they still import. So the issue now is, how do we ensure that this 650,000 barrels per day refinery gets consistent products? That is the issue. Then the second one is pricing. Many people are scared that with Dangote having the opportunity, is he not going to cut our throat?
To break into the
market. Is he not going to cut our throat now? A lot of the marketers want Dangote to simply be a refiner, push the product to tank farm owners, or what they call them, depot owners. Depot owners will now push to the retailers. That way, everybody gets to benefit. But Dangote has already prepared to even retail the products. So that is what scares them, that this person has acquired a lot of tankers and all that. He wants to do the retail
He has no
business.
tanker, he produces tankers.
So he's been, for so long he's been, before even the Sinotruck deal, he's been bringing tankers in that we use. So I was reading today that Nigerian officials will have a meeting with him, and that one of the reasons they are saying, okay, you can buy product, we are going to allow you to buy product in Naira, is so that they can have a say in pricing.
Yeah, that's right.
What we don't want to see is a situation in which Dangote gets to produce PMS for us, and the price is beyond the reach of the ordinary Nigerian. All of what we are buying, just as Mayor said, he bought PMS at more than 900 naira. That is not what we want to see. Any situation that makes Nigerians buy petrol that God gave them in abundance at beyond 600, it is not an ideal situation. It's a crazy situation that we have to deal with. What is the point that, okay, the product is available and then it is too expensive? That's not what we want to see. So government has to, as we await the rollout of PMS, government has to get involved, sit with the refiner and say, look, we are concerned about the welfare of our people. We don't want this product to be too expensive for our people. What do we do? Let's have a meeting point.
Let's government somewhere in the middle?
Yes. Will government still continue to subsidize even at that? Because whether we like it or not, it is the prevailing global price that they would stick to. And the price is not determined by Nigeria. So will government still continue to subsidize? Even if government continues to subsidize in the way that NNPC is doing, They are calling it under recovery. They are calling it all kinds of things. And because it is not like the usual subsidy.
Where you pay to somebody.
Yes, that is what some Nigerians don't want to agree. And the question I'm asking them, since you are headbanging on the wall over subsidy, do you want government to sell petrol at about 1,300 naira per litre? Is that your goal? Since you've taken it upon yourself to be shouting about the fact that they are paid, what if they pay subsidy? What is wrong about it? Does America not subsidize even agri products? Does Thailand not subsidize rice? So if government chooses to subsidize agri and subsidize health, for example, are we going to say it's such a bad thing to do? So sometimes I wonder what really Nigerians want. The naira crashed and landing costs went to more than 1,000 naira. Do you want government to now still say, okay, go and buy at that price? What is your goal? What do you want? Do you want our people to suffer? Which government, which responsible government would now want the price of petrol to hit the roof? I mean, this point has to be made. If you want to pay a subsidy just to ensure that the ordinary Nigerian does not suffer, go ahead and pay. Why should that bother anybody?
Thank you. But the good news is good times may be in the offing. We pray for that. Okay, to our last but not least story. You know, we are living in very interesting